come out.
Absolutely. And the thing that we saw from Unknown is that when you do something unsafe, Unknown has this, just lingering, like, just idea in the back of his head that you kind of want to do something very unsafe. And already getting into this next game, it's just a bloodbath at this point, honestly. Already a 0 to death, just like... Unknown doesn't even have time to play his game because that whole time was spent just being off stage. And as sad as it sounds,
we didn't even have time to talk about what we just witnessed from that losers finals, because the Syrup is just going off and he's showing no signs of stopping. Already on a rampage, just want to speed run this grand finals and go home with pretty good pot money.
Let me tell you, with the way that Syrup is playing right now, he is not playing absolutely no games. He is not trying to have any of this mess that happened in the first game. And just a very, very weird trade that definitely could have spelled a horrible time for Unknown, because that was almost death. Oh wow, this is already just, just so scary for both of these players, because honestly, like, anything can happen right now. Yeah. Like, it's just so wild already.
Oh, and just barely gonna escape the grab is Unknown, but it seems like it doesn't even matter because the dash stack is gonna put him back in a bad predicament. And yeah, he tried to be a little bit quick on recovering because he knows the yo-yo would have came out eventually and put him in a bad spot. Probably would have even smelled death, but still, Unknown gonna take the SD there and just gonna have to bounce back, try to bring himself back into this game, and he's doing pretty well in terms of just trying to build that momentum. He already has Syrup at a pretty bad spot in the corner.
A lot of things are again with the kind of very nice callouts from Unknown. He saw that Syrup wanted to actually air dodge, but air dodge to ledge was actually the option that Syrup wanted to go for. And the thing is that he has these very, very, very good callouts. Like, it's just out of this world how many times he's been able to call out people in just like these few games alone, and it's just like he's getting them, but also he's not properly doing it all the time. Like, he's just barely missing it, and it's just, I really love to see just Unknown just absolutely destroy somebody, but we're not going to see any of that yet because Syrup is just, he has the bat in his hand, and he's just really messing up Unknown at this point. Like, they really scrapping at this point, but what you gonna do when you bring a bat to a fist fight? I mean, you're just gonna have to mess them up at that point. It's just like, what now?
Yep, definitely just utilize all your arsenal in your favor. You have a lot of PSI moves, the magnet, you have the fire, you have the thunder, you have a little bit of everything, and then some, all the elements in your favor, plus the wooden bat to go along with it. And when you just utilize all that in your favor against a character who only has probably just their fists and their feet and just one grenade, really, yeah, it's definitely gonna, I definitely favor the boy in this case. But still, one thing we know from Unknown is that you never can count him out. He's always gonna fight back hard, and whenever he finds those openings, especially in terms of edge guards, if he's able to find those openings and just call out every single option that Syrup goes for, we could definitely be seeing Unknown bring this back, probably even to a grand finals reset.
Absolutely, that's definitely within the realm of possibilities. I definitely think it's, more than winnable for Unknown. It's just, they have to find some way to kind of get out of just having to get edge guarded hard the whole time from Syrup, because Syrup has been relentless in their edge guarding situations. Like, just never letting Unknown have too much of a fun time, as we see already, and just gonna actually hit Syrup, not the first time, but is definitely gonna be one of the times that actually allows Unknown to actually get back onto the stage.
Yeah, right now, not even those edge guards with the side B is enough to seal the stock. But still, one thing that Unknown is doing a lot better from this game that he didn't do game one was to apply the pressure. Keep Ness at the corner and do not allow Ness to get these setups that that he's going to go for, especially with his aerials. So one thing that we're noticing is Unknown is not going to play too much at the corner. He's just going to kill himself like that. Hey, it's either the yo-yo or you just do it yourself. And in this case, Unknown decides to do it himself. Unfortunate way to go, but still, we are in a 2-2 stock position where Unknown has a percentage lead, but all it takes is a few a few strings right there for Syrup to bring it back in his favor. As you mentioned, he's very relentless. He is not afraid to just go off stage and just call out the jumps, call out the recovery options. Because if he is able to call them out and get them right, you're going to be seeing Sheik die pretty early.
Absolutely. I mean, it's definitely... Ooh, that was looking like that was a kill right there. That could have been immediately flipped around onto its back, the turtle. Anyways, that's just...
That's how it goes, man.
So sad. Honestly, you know...
It goes.
It's like a turtle on its back. Just, you know, once it's on its back, it can't really get up. And at this point, it's like... What can Unknown do now in order to make it so that they can keep their advantage while also, you know, keeping, you know, Ness at the ledge? Because although they can keep Ness at ledge, or specifically Syrup at ledge, but how can they just keep them there the whole time without really getting thrown back off stage themselves?
Yeah, one thing I've been noticing is that Unknown, although he is mixing up his options, he's making them a little bit too obvious, because one thing that Syrup has been doing well is stalling his recovery. Just waiting for Unknown to just do something first. Whether if you see Unknown jump, that's when you know I'm going to react and not jump when I'm trying to get back on stage. In this case, though, Unknown was a little bit more prepared. He was ready. He was able to catch him with the up air, but still in a very bad predicament because Ness already has your kill percent, and you have a lot of damage to work around if you want to bring this back. If you want to bring this back, you definitely have to work on getting these, on keeping Ness at the ledge, keeping him at the corner, and getting, you know, these needles especially to go in your favor. But, just barely surviving. But not for long, because that fair is enough to seal the stock, give Syrup a 2-0 lead, and put Unknown in what could be his tournament's game.
Absolutely. Now, if we want to see Unknown stay in this game a little bit more, I feel like he definitely has to go to a different stage. Small battlefield looks like it's going to be the choice, but there can also be FD. He also really did really good on FD. But we could even see, you know, Town and City. Town and City is a stage that, as though it has platforms, it definitely goes to, you know, FD variant at times, and I would definitely love to see a few of those stages come into play. I think we are gonna get the small battlefield, but actually switching to Wolf now. Oh no, this I'm sorry, I sound so sad, but. Wolf, I think, really struggles against Ness. You know, although it's like having a better Sheik. It's almost to the point where it's just like, you know, Wolf has a very exploitable recovery. There's only so much you can do before you just realize that you can die at any moment. Yeah,
I mean, it's a good swap for one reason, and that's mostly because Wolf does not struggle to kill. The only thing that's going to be a lot different is that Wolf cannot opt to go off stage too much like that in case you take his jump away, which in this case Unknown was able to do. He was able to call out the jump, and he was able to just go off stage enough to the point where he's able to just throw out in there and seal the stock. So one thing that's going to keep in mind is that you're not going to be seeing those crazy setup edgeguard games like you could with Sheik. You're not going to see him go off stage too often, but what you are going to see is a lot more aggression, a lot more damage being displayed, and potentially a lot more kill setups, because one thing we know for sure about Wolf is that he does a little bit of everything.
Absolutely. And the kind of thing is that, you know, as much as, like, you know, you hate to see it, but at a point, it's like, Wolf can't even do anything. If I'm going to be completely honest, you know, he can't spam Blaster, because if he just tries to be very patient with Blasters, what is Syrup gonna do? He's just gonna use Side Magnet, and then he's just gonna absorb all of the damage.
And just S smash, man. That's what you want to do. Even if you have the lead, like you mentioned before, you don't want to use blasters too much, but you're still applying so much pressure. You're just not allowing this Ness to play the game that you were seeing from games 1 and 2. But as I say that, he got a beautiful dare into the footstool. I've seen it before. Unfortunately, he did not confirm it this time. But it's something that Syrup is known to do, and do it so well. Unfortunate that he didn't get it there, because it would have done so much dividends right there for him. But still, he has to work around it. Don't let it get to you too much. Just get your head back in the game, and potentially just take the 3-0. If not, Unknown is going to take full advantage, as he already has 90% in this final stock of Game 3.
Absolutely. Now this is definitely looking very scary. If this wants to be a quick one and done, then we kind of just need to see Syrup actually kind of just be a little bit more oppressive when it comes to actually ledge trapping.
Ooh.
And wow, very nice call out on that spot dodge right there. They're gonna have to be very careful about how they actually approach the situation now. Gonna catch that jump, but what we need to really see from Syrup is to be able to just honestly keep at what they've been doing this entire time. They was able to take Sheik and just keep Sheik at the ledge when they needed to. In order to kind of do that to Wolf, you kind of just have to make sure that you never let Wolf get the chance to keep you at the ledge. As we've seen from this whole time, that's something that Unknown has been doing really well at, but this is looking very scary. I definitely knew what Syrup wanted to do with that setup there, but not gonna take it yet. Gonna get a little bit of damage taken back off of them, but this is gonna be death right here. Wolf throw. Absolutely. I think people forget that even though he was at 172%, Wolf back throw doesn't actually kill until very later percent. I've seen Wolf back throw like people live from that move at 200% from mid stage of Battlefield. And granted, it is Battlefield, but it's still one of those things that's just you would never expect Wolf to just live for that long. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you know what? You take advantage of what you can, and whether it's just Syrup having to adapt to a new character that is pulled off from Unknown, or whether it's just Unknown finally potentially having the answer to this Ness. I mean, we will find out in this game 4 as we get ready for it. Right now, we are going to stick with the Wolf. I like I said, I do feel like the Wolf was a good counterpick character. I mean, there's many reasons to just be you know what, he could have stayed Sheik and just try to adapt a little bit more, but you're in a very sticky situation where I already lost 2 games with this character, and I'm 1 game away from just losing the whole tournament. So why not just bring out another character I have in my arsenal and do what I can, see if it works. If it doesn't, oh well. But if it does, I get to fight another day. And even with the 72% being tacked on Syrup, Unknown just brought it back with ease.
Absolutely, and the thing is that we already know how oppressive Wolf can be. We have people like Jackal, we have people who also I think our Hungry has actually been playing Wolf themselves. We have Hayes, we have so many Wolf players in our region alone, and all of them have their own instance of just being very oppressive, just characters in general, and going to lose that stock. That is definitely what Unknown needed to keep in this game, because right now this is looking very scary. I'm not gonna get anything off of that, but I definitely feel we're gonna live, first of all, but we're gonna see just Unknown take this and run with it, trying to get out of the corner first and foremost, but they need to kind of keep this advantage going on. They need to take whatever they can get, so that when it comes time to kill, they'll have they're gonna have 28%, but they definitely need as much of percent as they can have to kind of just keep Syrup at bay.
Yeah, and you're seeing it being displayed right now. I mean, he lived for a pretty good while, even with Syrup having the momentum to start off this game. It seems like Unknown just has a little bit more discipline, just finding the answers he needs and not being afraid to display, just going for a little bit of sauce to add on to his game plan, just going in every single time. And whenever Syrup does something that is deemed unsafe, just taking full advantage of it every single time. But you see, Syrup slowly bring this back. One thing, one thing we gotta keep in mind is as much as Wolf thrives off of just getting early kills and just getting good mix-ups, Ness just needs to get you off stage once, especially at this percent. And whether it's yo-yo or whether it's just any other unorthodox setup, just your stock can be taken pretty early, as we see with the PK rocket right there. That caught me off guard. I did not expect that.
Wow. And just an immediate fire back from Unknown. They honestly, wow, that was just so good from both of these players right here. I mean, they literally just traded hands at that point. Syrup punched Unknown, and then he got punched right back. This is the dog and a small tiny boy fighting. This is just so crazy.
Yeah, and now Syrup just taking full advantage as he's already racked up 80% on this final stock. But beautiful parry right there. That could have spelt disaster right there for Unknown if he weren't to get that parry. And just reacting very well to it. 31%. He still has a little bit of ground to make up if he wants to get back in this. But Wolf is capable of doing a lot of things, and comeback factor is one of them. But the F smash might be enough. Yes, sir. We are going to a game 5. Just catching him slipping with that directional air dodge right there. Unknown running away with that game. What seemed to be Syrup's game to take, especially after that PK Rocket that came out of nowhere. Really, just look at this. Just like, how close were they from?
They were literally this close from
the foot
actually.
was out. The foot was off enough. That is why he got clipped. That makes a lot more sense. But still, Unknown just really played it so well. Look at the call out right there. He didn't. I'm pretty sure he went for ledge, but unfortunately he was a little too high, and the F smash just came in clutch, and that's why we're here in game 5 of it all. This could be a potential reset, or this could be the final game of the set for us here at DNA Season 11, Week 2.
And you want to know the thing too is that, like, as much as I was talking about this not being a really good matchup for Unknown, it's more the fact that I also think that, like, a lot of the times you'll just see Wolf B not in the lead, and then they'll just get one really good read, and what just happened there? Syrup died at like 60%. Like, that's how much kill power, you know, Wolf has just as a character. They do have a very exploitable recovery, but they also can kill you at obscenely high percent. And imagine if we were playing this on Town and City, like, that would be even more crazy. But we're not on that stage. We're gonna see, you know, Unknown lose that first stock, and that's just so crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's just the edge guard game, you know. You gave Ness a little bit too much coming into Ultimate, so you know what? Just let it work in your favor. Syrup definitely taking advantage of every tool in his arsenal, and now the yo-yo might be coming into play again. Not gonna get the full edge guard there, but still tacked on good enough damage to extend the lead at 137%. Not a good spot for Unknown, but he is aware this time of the PK Rocket, and it does not come in clutch for Syrup this time, as we are down to a 2-2 stock count.
Absolutely. Now I'm definitely waiting to see, you know, how, you know, Syrup is going to go about this, because they definitely need to be very careful, because the whole reason why they lost that game, which was definitely very winnable, they brought it back in some sort of way. It's just more the fact that, you know, Unknown has been so keen on how, you know, Ness really likes to, or how Syrup mostly just really likes to play when they're in disadvantage, and kind of like just choosing a lot of the right options most of the time. Ooh. And they're just
right
absolutely, they're just gonna take that stock. Just so sad right there, and that could have been death, and that is gonna be death. I lied. I'm so sorry, but this is very, very even right now. I don't know. Do you think we're gonna see a last stock, last hit situation? Because that's exactly what I'm feeling like is going on right now.
Yeah. With the with the way these two are playing, it can go either or. But it seems like the more that you have Wolf at the corner, this could be lights out, because the PK fire into the F smash is gonna be just enough for Syrup to run away. We wanted it to be a close DBZ type battle, but it seems like Syrup does not have time for that. He wants to go home. It's probably past his curfew. He is 14 years old, of course. So you know what? He had to wrap it up. But good set nonetheless from both these players. Just bring it to a game 5 situation, and it all started out because of something like this, you know, just being aware. I love that Unknown was being patient this time. He expected the worst to happen, and you know, it paid off there. And then this was really good from Unknown. He definitely didn't want it, but like, we're just gonna say he did, because you know that it sounds cooler if we just give him the credit.
Absolutely. And kind of the thing here in this last situation right here, where you know, Syrup got that F smash, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like that was one of the moments where, you know, he would have taunted. I don't know, I just envisioned in my head Ness taunting. He's just like, okay, and that's just so amazing. A very amazing way to end off that set. I mean, honestly, truthfully, that was very good from both of these players right here, bringing it to last stock, last hit situation, and just wow. That was, I don't know, I kind of liked watching this DNA, if I'm gonna be completely honest. This was very fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Syrup in the last DNA graphic. I'm pretty sure he won last week as well.
I think it was Webb.
It was either him. He won, or did Webb win?
Webb won.
Web 1. So he got his redemption. He actually got first place this time. But still, it's all about consistency. And Syrup, whether it's DNA, whether it's Fusion, or whether it's any other local he's been to, he's only been placing in the top 3 area. So it says a lot about what this kid is all about. He's also taken a lot of PR/PGR win because he did beat Leon at Fusion. So that says a lot about what this kid is all about. And yeah, unknown, we have to give kudos to him. Sheik. Most of this tournament was Sheik. 95% of the tournament was Sheik, and he just dominated, bringing Sheik all the way to grand finals against Syrup to get the run back, just barely missing out as he brought out the Wolf. But you know what? Um, Good stuff. This was a really good DNA. Not a lot of Wi-Fi warriors, but
Absolutely.
the one Wi-Fi warrior that matters, which is Syrup, came into play. And as much as we may call him a Wi-Fi warrior, we also got to call him uh, a hell of an offline player as well because
I
he is
mean,
doing so well.
I wouldn't even consider him a Wi-Fi warrior only because, he was here, before quarantine, pre-quarantine, he was also kind of making some waves too. We've traded sets back and forth and he's been a really good player. It's just
Yeah.
throughout quarantine, he's made, a lot of work and just kind of, getting to play a lot of these really good
Mhm.
players and, also getting a lot of stocks off of these really good players. So honestly, truthfully, like I have to keep on saying this every time we are in Tri-State. We are a region filled with so many talented players. And now that we're back offline, we're just going to start seeing even more talented players coming back to just, tear through bracket and just make it so hard for, everybody to just, play this game. I mean, like, look at like where this event is even hosted in. It's hosted right in between two of the most stacked locals in this entire region. You have Fusion on Mondays, which is in Linden, and you have, Xenos, which is on Wednesday in New York. Those are two of the most stacked tournaments altogether with very, very talented players. Also,
Yep.
hi Ubel. Let's say hi to Ubel. Everybody say hi to Ubel. Oh yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Well, guys, that is DNA Season 11, Week 2 for you. Syrup is your winner. We have Unknown coming as the runner up. I don't know if there's any ads that you want to show, Chris, or if there's anything you want to bring up. Yes, there is. There's a few ads. So, you know what? Master Hand Gaming, this is the shout out to them. This is the one that's streaming the event. If you want to follow them on YouTube, Twitch. Give them a subscription if you haven't, please. You're already watching. You might as well give them the subscription. Follow them on Facebook, anywhere else. You can also just yeah, just hit them up whenever for anything. But before that, this is the Thursday weekly. Let's talk about the Monday weekly. That is Fusion every single Monday. If you want to sign up, it's right there, smash.gg/fusion. You can also follow us on the Collision Series, which is hosted in twitch.tv/collision smash. This is the Monday weekly. This is the Monday local. If you want to play the best, that is the place to go every single time. What else do we got?
And speaking of locals, this is the Wednesday local Zini Weeklies every Wednesday. It's a $15 venue fee, and you get to follow them and everywhere. House of 3000 on twitch.tv/House of 3000 and on Twitter, where you can just find whatever they have going on. Mostly every Wednesdays. That's definitely where you should be looking to check out for them.
Yeah, and the action does not stop there. No Pause tournaments host a few events such as Vacation and also the premier Sunday event that is happening with VGBC collaborating with them. We also have Cross Up happening, which is going to be filled with a lot of MDVA intruders, a lot of Tri-State players such as Leon, such as Jackal, such as Atomisk, and then on the side of MDVA, I'm pretty sure MJ is coming and ZD. That's just the tip of the iceberg. And there's so much more to happen this Sunday. So stay tuned for Sunday, whether it's the VGBC or whether it's the NPT tournament NPT stream. Please tune in. It's going to be one hell of an event with some top tier casters and top tier players. You don't want to miss it.
Absolutely. I think that's going to be it for us today. I mean, honestly, it was very fun getting to watch all these sets. I had very fun,
Yeah.
just commentating with you. And I think that's going to be it for us. So, I hope all of you have a wonderful night.
Yeah, follow us, guys. You can
Absolutely.
follow me at It's Gabe OG. You can give me some tips on my commentary. You can follow me and just see my dumb memery of SpongeBob quotes or whatever. Or you could just follow Jazzy G at Jazzy Jervison.
Absolutely.
Please just
Yes.
give us a follow. We love our casting.
Absolutely.
If you want to say anything to us, please just we take harsh criticisms. I mean, I do. I don't know about you, Jazzy, but I do. Guys, but that's it for us. Thank you, Chris, for having us here today. Please follow Master Hand Gaming if you haven't already, and have a good night, everybody.